So this is gonna be more of a just like a you know, talking to camera type thing. I've got an oil change I'm doing on the 2002 Lancer, and I mean it's nothing that is too difficult. If you saw my how to change your oil on Mitsubishi Lancer, I mean that'll pretty much show you exactly what you need. But I mean, it's a nice day out and I'm just gonna casually change the oil on the car. You might want to do it like every 3,000 to 6,000 miles depending on your manufacturer specifications, but I'm not going to tell you that. Oh wait, I just did. Okay, I'm going to get the stuff ready and start lifting up the vehicle or use the ramps or whatever I decide to do. Just something casual because I got class in a little bit. Yeah, I mean we've got bad rust right here because Michigan. I can stick my finger inside the rockers type thing. Oh, here's something cool. You need a wheel chock. There's a wheel chock made out of scrap metal. By just sticking the jack underneath it and lifting it by the pinch weld. Okay. Yeah, you get the idea. You always want to lay jack stands down. And maybe less difficult than this one. And I'm gonna go do it on the other side as well. This jack stand is jacking with me. Total joke right there, bad joke, but I'm gonna lower it and there we go. Cause now we've got both sides done and yeah, normally I would leave the jack stand just sitting around and yeah. On the underside of this car because Michigan. Reaching the window here. Here's that hood prop. Just pull it up. Kind of just lift in that hood. Oh wait, we don't have the hood prop. The hood prop's in the back seat. Here's that prop. Yeah, just like that. Here's a brief look at the engine. We got the oil cap here, and yeah, it's drenched in oil. I didn't have anything to put in it. You want to put 5W30 or recommended. I had OW20 sitting around because I was really low. Looks like there's a socket left on there, and yeah. Coming over here, got slide the oil pan underneath and break the drain plug free. Okay, let's see. We got a 17. I can't remember if it's a 17 or a 14, so I'm just going to grab both. And as normal, I'm going to grab a small extension just so I can make sure it comes off without getting my hands wet or dirty. This can also be accomplished using one of these box end wrenches or ratcheting wrenches and so forth. Look at who wanted to play. Look at, she wants to help. Oh, she ran inside. So I'm going to be using a oil filter wrench to remove the oil filter first from the vehicle. It's not dark because there is fluid on it. I had to put about 3 quarts in this car, which means I'm burning quite much oil. Look how crusty it is. Oh look, a snap-on socket. It's on the car. If you don't know where the oil filter is, this is the oil pan, the thing that's caked in dirt. The oil filter is right here, and I'm gonna loosen that up using this and an extension. But because I've got this, should just loosen just like that. And now that it's off, pardon?
Show them this right here. When you lifted up the car, half the car fell apart onto this driveway.
Oh, where the car, oh yeah, where the car slid down? Yeah, the car fell off the jack stands not too long ago. Fun. Oil filter is loose. You just saw me loosen it, so I'm gonna remove the oil filter tool. There we go. Flex head Craftsman ratchet. If you don't know how rare those are, if you have one, those are very rare and collectors around the world will love to have one. Okay, bring the pan and open it up. Okay. Sweet. So this oil filter is underneath. I've got a 17mm socket, and I'm glad it's not a 17mm sorry, a 10mm wrench, because that would suck, but there we go, 17mm socket, just so you can see it. And I'm going to loosen it up using that flex head Craftsman ratchet. Could be like one of those other people who who do car stuff and they break everything free like one tap. So here's a hand, let's see. Oh, no, it didn't work that way. It's a good thing I have jack stands and an extended ratchet here so I can pull on it. Oh, I'm actually applying quite a bit of force. Oh, oh gosh, see. Okay, now we got the oil plug. And if you don't know how to do this, how I do it to keep my hands dry, so I keep my hands steer clear of it. Usually I'll use a wobble socket. And you see it dripping, kind of just let it fall down and slowly hold my hand over it, and then I'll pull it away. See? No oil on my hands, and it all drains right into that pan. Sweet. Disgusting. It's probably the only spot where I'm going to get my hands dirty a little bit. I'm going to remove that oil filter by applying some pressure to it while keeping my hands on the part that did not get cooked in oil until it breaks free. There we go. Just like that. Let me prep this one up. I got a Purolator because Purolators are the best to me for some reason. Like, I hear all this stuff about Fram. I've actually never had a problem with Fram, and I've opened up many Fram things, but I'm going to use the Purolator 1 because I found that the canister is really nice and I actually like the feel and the weight of it. Some people may not, but I like this one. And the oil I'm using is 5W30 high mileage synthetic blend oil. I could use conventional, but conventional is, you know, conventional. So it really doesn't matter. It just depends on preference. I mean, with a car this old, I mean, especially being a 2002, I don't think it really matters what you put in it, especially when you live in Michigan, because when half the car is rotting away in front of you, I don't think it really matters. I mean, the car's got, we have a way of seeing it here in Michigan, where if the car makes it, like, look at this, my brand new radiator support, less than 2 years old, is rusty. But there's a thing in Michigan, if you can get 1 year out of a car for about $2,000 or less, you've done good. I mean, it's like that here. I mean, people spend more money on their cars, but then we also don't have many old cars left. We have mainly newer cars that are within like the 10-year margin. So there's a cost advantage to it that many people don't know. And it's kind of hard to comprehend because, I mean, the car culture here in Michigan is so different to the car culture elsewhere. We live in a very heavy salt state, and pretty much many people in Michigan, I'm not saying everybody, but many people in Michigan know how to do basic maintenance on their car, let alone know what's wrong with their car when it's broken. So now that that's draining, I'm going to prepare this oil filter by putting some numbers on it and writing down my current mileage. This one really wants to help. You want to say hi? Hey. You want to sniff an oil filter? Sounds weird. I'm going to clean it up right here, this mating surface. You want that as clean as you can. So taking a paper towel, you see how you can just wipe off a lot of that? You don't want to have debris or a seal not seal. So it's pretty much just give it a wipe down. I'm going to dip my hand inside the used motor oil, which is very hot. Take the filter that I wrote my date, time, and numbers on, and just kind of rub this seal a little bit. I'm gonna put it back up inside the car. Here we go. Oh, that's nice. You don't want to use like an impact or anything. Usually a quarter turn past hand tight is pretty good, so right about there. Okay, now that it's all cleaned up and it's still dripping out slowly, I'm going to take the oil drain plug and kind of just thread it back in there. And then I'm going to take the 17mm, tighten it down. You don't want it super tight. If you do it, you kind of want it like at manufacturer specifications. Look at how caked on this dirt is. Now it's time to put the oil back in the car. Maybe wash down the underside of this car as well. I mean, it is, oh my goodness, very dirty. Wow. At least the trans pan isn't leaking. Take a look at this. I don't know how it could be leaking with all that dirt on it. Wow. Just wait till I do the motor mounts on this car. So if you didn't know already, make sure you put that plug in just before you put the oil in, because, I mean, who wouldn't want the oil sloshing around all on the ground? Wouldn't that be just the funnest thing to clean up? It could be worse though. Funnel, come out wherever you are. 4. Whatever puts on the dipstick, probably 4. Here's the funnel, I found it. That's inaccurate because I pre-filled. We're putting oil in right now. It's getting lubed up. Good rule of thumb is if you don't know how much it goes on, you kind of just want it in between the 2 dots or on the marker that's on your engine oil dipstick. Just FYI. It's completely clean. What? No, it was just wiped off. Are we even on the dipstick? Yes, it's on the dipstick right there. You can kind of see it, but if you know what one of the flaws are, you can write it in the comments below, or I'm just going to tell you it right now. The car is at a sloped angle, giving me a reading that is kind of incorrect, because once I lower the car, I mean, I could have overfilled, I could have underfilled. I'm going to lower the car before putting more oil in it and take another reading like that, because, you know, you don't want to overfill your oil. So I'm going to lower the car and then pull the dipstick. Okay, well, if you don't know where to jack, make sure you find that spot that's nice, hard, and smooth, sometimes rugged, especially right here where my jack point is, because my mounting point got destroyed multiple times, as many times as I've lifted this car up. It's coming down. So I'm still at a slope. I mean, I'm not at a big slope, but I'm at a slope. And I mean, it's not as severe as it was when it was on the jack stands. So at least I can get the reading a little better, and it won't be so askew. What's it looking like? Oh, perfect, right in the center. Look at that. Okay. Okay. Well, looks like we can put the cap back on and clean up. The last thing you got to do is start the engine, make sure it works. Hey, it looks like it works. Oh, what a good engine. What a good, oh wait, my dog is nearby. Pull the hood prop down. Drop the hood. That it was much more casual than, you know, going through piece by piece. I mean, I still showed you exactly how to change the oil on your 2002 Mitsubishi Lancer. You want about 4 quarts in there, 4.5 at the most. If you don't know how much, put it in between the dipstick, usually between the 2 dots. Most dipsticks either have 2 dots. Volkswagens have these weird notched indents that are inside of the dipstick for some reason. Hondas have some weird piece that's riveted on it. It just depends on the car, but check that manufacturer specifications and you shouldn't have a problem. Make sure you dispose of the oil according to your local laws. We wouldn't want that getting into the environment, as it already has enough of it in the environment. So we don't need more ground contamination due to oil or chemicals. Just try and do your part and we'll do our part, and hopefully just a little environmental thing. If you haven't already, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I definitely like having subscribers and like having comments below. I respond to them usually. If I'm not responding to them, I either didn't see the notification or I just didn't see them because I'm at school and all that. But other than that, yeah, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my channel for content for more, and what's up?